Right. So my comrades here figured that this verse probably means there's something to undead to do. Something with undead to do. And that's bad news.
Don't you mean something to do with undead?
That's probably what I tried to say, yes.
You said something with undead to do.
Yes, I think I mixed up my Danish and English grammar.
Yeah.
That is inevitable.
Yeah.
And this old fart is the one who gave us the warning in the verse.
Yep.
Anyway.
Also, you might just have gotten a time limit. Notice the first line of the verse.
When the full moon shines. How long is it until the next full moon? That's
No clue.
Question.
Yeah. But anyway, you ask the meaning of the strange verse, but the old man does not answer you. He seems to have fallen into a deep trance. You lean across the cluttered table to awaken him, and are shocked to see your hand pass straight through his body. Gradually, his image begins to fade. Within seconds, he has disappeared completely.
Great. Got a warning for what we can presume to be a ghost.
You place the scroll in your pocket.
And stranger.
Mark this as a special item. You quickly leave the hut, pausing only to wipe the cold sweat from your brow.
So what we have is the special item known as a, what was it, verse?
Yeah.
It's a scroll with a verse on, yeah. And my Danish teacher would hate me for calling it a verse. It's a poem. Each line is a verse.
Details.
It's a riddle, a poem.
It's a mystery.
Well, I guess I should just continue reading. You have ridden less than 5 miles when you see a group of wagons on the highway ahead. They are painted in a gaudy mix of bright colors and drawn by teams of oxen. A huge tasseled banner flies above the leading wagon, which bears the following proclamation. The famous Ossedeer players, troubadours to the imperial courts of Magnamund. And there's a picture. Be prepared. So here's a picture of what's coming towards you.
Okay.
Just keep walking and avoid eye contact.
Not necessarily.
So, do you wish to question these traveling minstrels, or would you rather just not look them in the eyes and continue on?
I do not know. I think we might want to talk to them. No, wait, maybe not them, but look at that banner. Look at that saint-like thing they have up there. That holy maiden, if you will. I'm getting curious here. Or am I just the only one trying to sense this?
What do the rest of you say?
What do you think, Kibanea? I say no. I say avoid them. And Ron says talk to them. What do you say?
I say we're on a time limit. We could just travel on.
Okay, we are traveling on. Darkness soon engulfs the ruin and pike, and you are forced to stop and pitch camp. A large fire is blazing and a perimeter guard is posted to prevent any risk of a surprise attack during the night. You must now eat a meal. And since you're in the wild land, I figure you cannot probably eat here.
Well, that's a good thing we brought a meal.
Yep. The night passes without incident, and at dawn you break camp, continuing your ride along Raiders Road. Roll the die!
9.
Mile after mile, you ride across the flat and desolate landscape surrounding the Ruinon. You have entered the wildlands south of Pass Motor and cannot use the... Okay, you first enter the wildlands now. You may add that supply back again. I'm sorry, my mistake. But from here on out, you will need to eat your rations.
Okay.
So, yeah, so add 1 ration back. My apologies.
Alright.
Yet in spite of the uninspiring view, your men seem in fine spirits. They sing rousing marching songs to relieve the tedium of the journey and help to allay fears of what may lie ahead. During the afternoon, storm clouds gather above the peaks of the Duancrag Mountains to the west, and the roll of distant thunder warns of imminent rain. It is late afternoon when you scout sight a coaching tavern on the highway ahead. It is a large stone building that has been fortified. Do you wish to stop at the tavern for the night, or would you rather just continue on and brave the storm? The possible storm, that is.
I say get to a tavern, rather than trying to ride through a storm.
You can hear what you say.
Yeah, let's try and find a tavern.
Well, you have found a tavern, so that is not the problem.
Okay, then let's go in.
The sound of a tolling bell drifts across the barren landscape. Windows shutters slam down, but eyes still peer at you from the arrow slits carved into the walls. You draw your company to a halt outside the wide tavern doors. "We are some lending. We seek shelter for the night and fodder for our mounts," you shout. There's a long pause before a voice answers your call. "Roll the die!"
One.
"Go away!" shouts another voice. "We are a tavern, not a barracks," shouts another. You try to reason with them, but they're adamant. They will not let you enter. You have no choice but to continue along the highway. Jeez.
Well, that was just rude.
Yep.
And bad business.
Yep. You have not ridden far when a storm cloud breaks directly overhead and torrential rain crashes down. Within minutes, the dry and dusty highway is transformed into a quagmire. It will be impossible to set up camp in this storm, so you resolve to continue to ride all night in the hope that the storm will soon pass. Eat a meal. By morning, the rain has ceased, but you and your men are now very tired from the ordeal.
No kidding.
You are about to order your men to make camp when a scout gallops towards you from the east. He points to a line of horsemen on the horizon. "Bandits!" he cries. You estimate that there are at least 200 of them, and they are riding in your direction.
Damn!
Yeah, well, they did say they were bandit tribes, but still, jeez.
Yeah, 200. That's a large tribe. And remember, these are just the warriors.
Maybe they got some extra military to train their warriors.
Maybe they're using the same tactic as the barbarians, with sending their children into battle too.
Or it could possibly be an alliance of a couple of tribes. In any case, you have reached the rank of journeyman, so let's see what happens. The flat wildlands offer no cover in which to hide from the bandit horde. You know that if you are to avoid combat with an enemy which vastly outnumbers you, you must split up your company and try to outrun them. You detach a troop of 10 rangers to follow you and send the remainder off towards the west in the hopes that they may lure the bandits away to the Duancrag Mountains. With one last glance at the enemy, you lead your 10 rangers on a deadly race along the Ruanon Pike. So you're gone from 50 rangers to 10 now.
Huh.
Your tactics have worked. The bandits ignore your small group of horsemen and pursue the others towards the west. Once we reach the wooded foothills of the Duancrag Mountains, your rangers will have no difficulty evading the enemy among the densely packed firs. When the bandits have disappeared from view, you call a halt and allow your men to rest. In spite of the number of men you have lost, they're still eager to continue the mission. Roll the die!
One again.
You have been riding for over 4 hours when you see a flock of birds. They are black and very large and are swooping around the brow of a distant ridge. You can use your animal kinship now, and I guess you will.
Yeah.
You identify the birds as carrion crows, a despicable breed of wildland scavengers. Whenever a creature lies dead in the wastelands, you can be sure to find a host of these loathsome predators. Well, actually, if the creature's dead, they're not predators, they're scavengers, though I guess that the distinction will be lost.
Anyway, that means there's something dead ahead.
Yeah. Do you wish to investigate?
Dead ahead.
Yep. Do you wish to investigate, or would you rather not and just continue on?
Well, it might be the people we're looking for, so...
Yeah. It could be the caravan, so I think we should.
As you reach the top of the ridge, a gruesome sight meets you. The bodies of men and horses lie scattered across the shallow valley beyond. Their bones picked clean by the scavenging crows. You hear the gasps of horror as your men recognize the armor and tattered white uniforms of these skeletons. For they were once your countrymen, some lending guards to the king's cavalry. They must have died in battle, for the corpses of bandit warriors lies entwined among them. 40 brave soldiers, nearly half of the squadron that left Holmgard 1 month ago, now lie before you, and it is with heavy heart that your men set about the grisly task of burial. As you ride away from this valley of death, you are comforted only by the knowledge that Captain Dival was not amongst those you buried.
I do not want to know what can attack and defeat that kind of force.
After many hours of riding, you reach a highway junction. You have left the wildlands and may once again use kind discipline of hunting to hunt for your food. A large signpost indicates two destinations: south to Ruanon, 60 miles, and east to Eshnar, 40 miles. And you get to pick a direction.
Ruanon.
Yeah, let's go through the mountains.
Indeed.
I got a question. The bodies that were found together with the sun landing guards, what were they? I had a hard time hearing it.
Lone Wolf identified them as bandits. Bandit warriors. Yep. It is almost dark when you reach the edge of a densely forested valley. You can just make out the highway disappearing into the trees ahead. Oh god, no. And catch sight of a signpost pointing towards the south. You are now only 40 miles from Ruanon, but your men are tired and in need of food and rest. Do you wish to set up camp at the edge of the forest, send some men into the valley to scout for bandits? Or would you rather press on without food and sleep, so you can get to Ruanon as quickly as possible?
I say we give him a chance to rest.
Yeah, I think so too.
Agreed.
But you know, they've already had. I mean, they rode through the entire previous night, and then they fought.
Right, but do you wish to? Yeah.
Bandits, so.
Yeah, but the question is: do you set up camp or do you send some scouts out first?
Let's send some scouts up first. Yeah,
just to be sure this is a safe area.
Scout team away.